Good afternoon. All right. So Rico, live and in person. It's been weeks, and now, I feel like it's a yearly tradition. Death, taxes, Harbaugh. We have made really, it's Harbaugh season.
Well, I can understand that. I got back on the sad plane this morning.
Oh, he was on Wolverine 1 from Paradise Valley. All the sad, shriveled, old alums.
Very quiet coming back. I wonder why.
You just hate to see it. So listen, we're going to do this. We're going to do it as a service to you. And then I'd like to be done with it until or unless new news comes out. Because here's where I'm at, Rico. I always laugh when coaches bristle at speculation when they could easily just put it to bed. You could put a statement out last night the minute the Bruce Feldman report came out. And by the way, I'm pretty sure that comes from Harbaugh's camp because Feldman is close with the Harbaughs. The point is, you come out last night, release a statement straight up. I have zero interest in going to the NFL. I don't care what job comes open. I am staying at University of Michigan. I am happy here. And please, the next person who says I'm going to the pros, I'm going to power bomb them into space. Signed, the Ida B. Richmond Smitherman head coach of Michigan football operations, Jim Harbaugh. But see, he doesn't do that. Now, I know this was weeks ago. I'll be enthusiastically coaching next year. This report comes out and cites multiple sources close to Harbaugh saying if he is offered, it's a done deal. So here's my point to you guys. It's not even an issue of, is it going to happen? 248. No. This is, do you give a rat's ass? If I'm a Michigan fan, I have to tell you I'm done with it. I'm done with it. Harbaugh's earned the right to do whatever he wants to do, but do it. Don't sit on the toilet and contemplate making a duty. Just do it. Like, this is every year with this cat. It's clear he wants to go to the NFL. I don't care how much the Michigan media tries to protect him and shield him. Oh, this is negative recruiting. It's slander. He wants desperately to go back to the pros. It's clear. It's clear.
It is. It is, Mike.
But nobody wants him. Sorry.
Well, you know what? Maybe now they would because he's done something. It's just the NFL, I do think, is gone to a different younger demographic when it comes to coach.
Kevin O'Connell.
That you're seeing guys in their early 40s and
late 30s.
Right. All of a sudden going out there and leading players. And I don't know if that would fit coming back. I mean, remember when Joe Gibbs tried to come back and be a coach, and he was a man out of time.
It
didn't work.
They showed him at the Commanders game this week wearing a hog sweatshirt. I don't know if he realized he was there.
So
he looked like he was in outer space, and I hope he's not ill. I don't know Joe Gibbs' health. He looked 1,000 years old, like he graduated with Abraham Lincoln.
No, but I do think that there's something to this. So I did a little homework before the flight took off. So no.
97 The Ticket. Rico Beard reporting. Harbaugh.
No.
He go.
No.
Well, I can't tell you this.
Hi, David.
But I did talk to you. I talked to your boy, John Bacon, and he gave me some information.
Well, let me give you this information.
Would you stop that? The man knows his stuff when it comes to Michigan. Stop that. You stop that right now. Stop it. David, would you cut his stuff off?
We're starting this in the new year already, huh?
We are not starting 23 with violence.
Yeah, let me give you this information that came out in between shows changing. David Newton, who covers the Panthers for ESPN. Lead source confirmed to ESPN.com that Panthers owner David Tepper has had a conversation with Michigan coach Jim Harbaugh about the head coaching vacancy. This was not an interview, the source said.
That's the job, by the way. For all this discussion about Denver or Indy or, like I had someone text me about Arizona, it's Carolina and it's Tepper. Tepper's a star bleeper. So David Tepper is like Steve Cohen, Mets owner, hedge fund guy, star guy. He walked in the door and went, I want a star quarterback. And Matt Rule handed him Sam Darnold. The point is, I think that's the job. That's the roster. The defense is in order. The running game's in order. Divisionally speaking, it's wide open, right? That would be the job. And Tepper he's got the money. Let's face it. This isn't Mark Davis, who's poor.
Right.
This is a guy worth almost $20 billion. So, yeah, David, that doesn't surprise me.
So, yeah.
But here's my point, and real quick, and then do whatever you want to do. Michigan fan, why is your coach taking calls from Carolina? Why is your coach taking calls from Denver if he's not interested? I just want to know where you're at.
See, I do think he was interested, Mike, because everything was set up for win it all this year. I mean, I'm not going to go back and look at all the different things, but when it came to Donovan Edwards, you know what? We'll deal with it after. You know what? When it came to Mozzie Smith, we'll deal with it after. Everything was, we'll deal with this after. But right now, we are laser focused. We're going to win a title. This was a year that it was set up that they could win the title. I think they have enough to run it back next year, but I think that Harbaugh kind of sees this door is closing. I don't have to deal with NIL. I don't have to deal with the transfer portal. I don't have to deal with a lot of stuff.
Right.
If I could just win and get the heck up out of town, I'll be a hero.
So my point is, do it. See, what you can't do is
well, remember, he came out last year and said, that's it, I'm done.
Right. I won't entertain NFL jobs. Cutscene. He's working the phones. Like, this is multiple teams that have reached out to talk to Jim Harbaugh. You don't have to take the calls. I mean, somebody from Sacramento could call Rico to do radio. He ain't taking that call. Unless you got an affinity for, like, meth heads and lousy basketball. Okay. But, like, Michigan fan, I want to hear from you on this. This is your coach. Rico and I are done with this. Like, I don't care anymore. He could stay. He can go. He can do whatever he wants. I think you've hit the ceiling. I don't think if you couldn't get it done this year, you're not going to get it done.
I think he has enough. I mean,
to do what? Go back to the playoff and have it happen again to him?
You got enough to win the Big Ten and get back to the playoffs.
And then what's going to happen? The end of the movie Glory. Right up the hill at Fort Sumter, 18 cannons pointed your way.
Well, they tried.
They did the best that they could. But, like, and again, there's no shame in it. And as a fan, you're provided joy. We're talking about Harbaugh and where you're at with him, not what he thinks. I want what you think. In the wake of your team losing in the playoff, but having a great season, why are you dealing with something that Jim promised you wouldn't be dealing with?
Because it came with the territory. When you took Jim, this was you knew that this was going to happen. And
if I'm a fan, here's where I've arrived at. I don't care anymore. I don't care.
You care. I think if you're a fan, you're angry and you say, he could just leave, but then you look around at all the different programs that said the same thing.
No, I didn't.
Phil Fulmer, we could do better at Tennessee than Phil Fulmer.
You're taking my words and twisting them.
People never do that on radio.
Never. I said I wouldn't care. You can stay. You can go. I'm not going to get involved in this.
I think they say that, but they do care.
Okay. David, do you care?
Because no, David, right now, Michigan fan is hurt. I was on a plane full of them. They're sad.
They're very quiet, weren't they?
Oh, they were. Oh, my goodness. Night and day. Flight. So different. But they're hurt. But once it subsides, you look at what you got coming back, you look at the rest of the Big Ten, and you say, we can do this again.
Oh, we can do this again. But you've always said I'm a different kind of Michigan fan because the way I see it.
You're not a real one.
I didn't believe him when he said that I'm here. I didn't believe his statement last month, 3 months ago, a year ago. I don't want to see that right now. That's a
I've been
flag.
doing that. No, I've been doing that all season. I'm allowed.
But because I didn't believe him when he said, I'm here, I'm at Michigan, this is where I want to be, I'm okay if he leaves. I'm just, whatever, go. Do what you want to do. I'm fine. Stay, leave, whatever.
And
like, that's where I arrived at with Izzo. That's not a shot at Tom.
No.
Tom's earned the right to do whatever he wants to do. But you know what the difference is? Tom's not out there shaking his ass for coins. If Tom left tomorrow, I think it would happen very quietly. I think it'd be a disaster for Tom. I think the NBA, it would go the way of Beeline. My point is he's earned the right to do it. I would never be angry. Right. But what Harbaugh's doing is different. This is turning into a yearly thing.
And it also hurts. It's why I think you don't have that top-end receiver, why you don't have certain types of players, because you can't go out and recruit the top dogs knowing you may not be here next year.
And it's year over year over year.
Yeah.
And Rico says it, and I know some of you bristle, but it's reality. The optics of taking an interview on signing day. Well, we weren't signing it, but it's the optics.
Right.
He was on an interview on signing day.
Doesn't look good.
Eating a sad hamburger at the La Quinta Inn.
Right, because every coach can now, hey, I was here. I was on the Big Ten Network. I was talking about my players. He was nowhere to be found.
He was having Dollaritas
Right.
at 4:30 in the afternoon. So now it's
happy
happening
hour
again.
ends at 4. Okay, let me hurry up. Let's get this order in now, please.
And if you go up, Sparty Radio doing it again, wrong. The report just came out.
Yeah.
He's had a conversation with David Tepper. Is that what the report said, David?
That's what the report said.
I didn't think any of this was true, and then people are I can't put down the rumors. There may be something to this.
Yeah, here's what there is to it. He's desperate to go back to the league.
Now,
It's just, does anyone want him?
because I don't think this is one of those where you're doing it for more money or for more power.
He made $10
He
million.
has all the money and power.
Yeah, he made $10 million this year, 8.5 base, and I think there's
The
about
man
$1.5
snapped
million
his
in
finger and the
bonuses.
prosecutor jumped. He's got all the power in Ann Arbor. Washtenaw County.
Yeah, I wouldn't leave based on ease of use. He'll never be fired. If he didn't get fired losing 5 in a row to OSU, he ain't going to get fired now.
Right.
And he got him back-to-back Big Ten titles. He's beaten OSU twice. He can play kids up on felony charges. He can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
But the heart wants what the heart wants. He wants to be in the NFL. I think it's just clear. But that doesn't mean the NFL wants him. It takes one owner to want him.
Right.
And I think, look.
I thought it was Irsay. That would be the one that says, hey, Jim, you're in the Ring of Fame here. Come coach us. Help us out.
Help me.
Take my strong hand.
248-539-9797. Don't get scared, Michigan fans. Hell, you filled the lines complaining about your team yesterday. I'm just trying to ask you emotionally whether you give a damn if your coach stays or leaves.